The sad part about it is, I had an instance in my life where I might not be here in front of you today talking. And I had somebody to try to take my life. That's real. You guys are listening in the back?
Yeah. Listen up, guys. This is emotional. You should listen to this.
This is serious.
This is good. He gonna cry.
I know we listen to a lot of music. We listen to a lot of what I call, in my opinion, I call it fast food hip hop. And fast food hip hop is, it's about the bling and the dang, and it's really about nothing. It's a bunch of people fronting. But you have people out there toting guns and stuff like that, right? Yeah. I'm letting you know, I was DJing a basement party. And as I was leaving with my little 14 records that I slaved over, after the stuff that I slaved over, right? I'm leaving my 14 records that I slaved over to play for these cats, and somebody takes out a piece, somebody takes out a gun and points it in my face and says, no, let me backtrack. He didn't just pull it out just like that. He said, so where you going, man? I said, yo, I'm just going to my car, I'm going to put my records away. He said, hey, let me ask you a question, man. What you got in your hand? Oh, I got my little records. Yeah, let me see him. He starts reaching in my records, starts grabbing them. So I'm like, yo, I don't know you. Dude goes like this to me. He says, I just got a question for you, man. I just want to know, have you ever seen one of these? And he pulls this thing out, and it's at night, and he puts it in my face. And I cannot explain to you guys what that feels like, to have somebody do that to you. To know at that split second that nothing means anything. All the props I got, the latest scratch that I learned, the latest beatbox, birthdays, money, cars, nothing means nothing because this punk has my life in his hands for no reason. Why? You want to take my life because I'm buying records to play for you. That impacted me. And thank God the way I handled myself, nothing happened. You feel me? And I was faced with a situation I could have turned around. And that could have become a war zone. And I decided not to do that. My point is this. That guy had my life in his hands, and there's a chance that I might not have been here for something as stupid as that. So I'm saying, so if you surround yourself with positive people, and people that aren't into that, because I was always brought up, my family, my father telling me, if you do good, good will follow you. And I always think back to that moment. I think about how I'm on stage and how I'm relating to you guys and how I'm making you laugh and how I've been so blessed. And I think back to that moment. So I know you guys might be around people that, you might be around violence, you might be around different gangs and so forth, but I need you to really think before you do something to somebody else, what that's like to remove somebody from this earth. That's a very serious thing. And I feel blessed to be here in front of you. So I take that negative experience and I turn it into a positive. Just like getting the name Subliminal. They gave me the name Subliminal because they were laughing at me while we were playing basketball. They said, yo, we heard you trying to learn how to DJ. They said, why don't you call yourself DJ Magic Mike? And I said, my name's not Mike, man. They said, why don't you call yourself DJ Shawty D? And then one guy says, why don't you call yourself DJ Subliminal? And I kept the name and I said to myself, I'm going to take something that was given to me in a derogatory way and turn it into something positive. After getting into DJing, you guys like DJing, right? You like DJing, scratching and all that? The next step after DJing is to get into what? Beat production, right? I took $1,100 that I had in my pocket and I bought this thing called the MPC 2000. Yeah. It was this drum machine. It's like this big. I'm just joking. It's like this big.
You should have just bought drums.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I couldn't fit a drum in my parents' townhouse basement. You know what I'm saying? So I sat there for 2 weeks looking at this drum machine like this. It looked awesome. I'm ready to do it. I'm like this. Didn't know how to work this thing. 2 weeks later, man, I'm just working it, man. I'm making beats. I'm grinding. I'm making beats. Last year, I released my first album called Train of Thought, Soul Hop. I produced all 17 tracks. I mixed all tracks. I recorded all the tracks. The artwork that you see on the cover, I did it. I learned how to use Photoshop. If you check, man, listen. if you go youtube.com/aka Subliminal, you will see a slideshow that's 3 minutes long with me and Barack Obama. And it's me and Barack Obama like, shoot it, right? None of those pictures are real. I copied and pasted myself into it, you know what I'm saying? But in copy and pasting myself, it got so good at Photoshop, I got people calling me now to do their artwork for their albums. My point is this. If you own a computer, if you got a homie that owns a computer or a girlfriend that owns a computer, yo, there's so much stuff that you can do. Sky's the limit. But like Mark Trinidad said, you cannot be sleeping. You cannot be laying down expecting things to just come to you.